Welcome to Eezeey Gamer on channel Vanran10. Today's topic is going to be the Nintendo Labo. I like the name Labo. It's a nice name to say, Labo. Um, Basically, what are we getting with the Nintendo Labo? What do I think? What do I think the average American who is not a huge Nintendo fan, what do I think of their newest toy? In case you don't know, it's basically cardboard packaged with shovelware. Let me explain. Supposedly, Nintendo has decided to create this thing that is. It's basically a bunch of cardboard cutouts with a video game attached to it. So basically, you assemble all these little cardboard pieces and it makes a thing, and then you play video games with these cardboard pieces. I'm sure if you're watching this very obscure video on the Nintendo Labo, you're probably seen other people talk about the Nintendo Labo and you're just want to see what everybody on the internet's saying about it. That's why you're watching this one. But, whatever. What do I actually think of it? I think it looks like junk. I mean, it's basically Nintendo is taking $2 worth of cardboard, $20 game, and packaging it for $70. $70 for what essentially is arts and crafts mixed with probably a mediocre game. I noticed that in a lot of the ads, they're not showing a ton of gameplay. They're mainly showing what the kids are doing with the cardboard cutouts. There's like a cardboard cutout piano. There's a cardboard cutout fishing rod. There's a cardboard cutout. It looks like a bug, and it moves. I don't know how, because the legs don't move. It's just cardboard little nubs, but it's moving somehow, and I'm not sure how. It uses the little Joy-Cons that are on the Nintendo Switch. This is for the Nintendo Switch. The Joy-Cons are used in different ways. They slide into different things. In the piano, it kind of slides in the side so that when you push down the keys, the little sensor that's pointed in can sense what keys are moving up and down, so it makes a noise on your Switch corresponding to that. Problem is, it looks like it's built for kids. Cardboard and kids, I don't think they're gonna mix real well. Kids are rough on toys. I was rough on my toys when I was a kid, and if anything was made out of paper or cardboard, it didn't survive more than a week. There are people that will say, well, it'll teach kids how to take care of their toys. No. You don't want to teach your kids how to take care of a $70 cardboard toy. You want them to learn how to take care of their toys on a $3 cardboard toy. There used to be these little tiny paper airplanes that you would stick the wings into a slot, and it was just two little pieces of cardboard, and you threw. It cost $1. You want to teach your kids how to take care of their toys? Do it with that. This is $70. $70. And people say, well, it comes with a video game. They're not highlighting the video game very much. So I have a feeling that the games that are in this aren't exactly going to be the most intriguing titles in the universe. They're going to be cheap. They're going to be almost Nintendo Wii quality of stuff. And what do I think is going to happen? Nintendo's going to make a fortune. You know why? Because people just buy this stuff. I'm already hearing YouTubers that are saying they don't know what they think of it, but they're going to buy one. So you already got this section of the gaming community that out of curiosity is going to buy this thing. Kids that like Nintendo are going to see it, and they're going to want their parents to buy it. So I predict Nintendo will probably have, by the time this comes out, it comes out on May 20th, or April 20th, excuse me, so 4/20. which I agree, you probably have to be high to actually buy this thing because it's $70 for $22 worth of stuff. $20 game, $2 worth of material. The cardboard that comes with it. My biggest thing is the cardboard's not going to last. Even if there's replacement parts, do you really want to spend more money on more cardboard? I think the kids that play with this will get bored with it quickly because I don't think the games are going to be compelling or even that much fun to play. My prediction is it'll still sell well. By the time it comes out, I think the Nintendo Switch will have a user base of about 15 to 20 million units. And if you can get 1 or 2 million people to buy this thing at $70, and there's an $80 version. There's a more expensive version. So if you can get parents to buy 1 or 2 million dollars worth of this, 1 or 2 million units of this thing, I think Nintendo stands to make a lot of money on something they're not going to spend a lot of money on. I still think it'll be successful depending on how many they make. And lately, with Nintendo's track record of kind of holding back on how much they make of something, with the NES Classic Edition and the Super NES Classic Edition both being very good examples of, I think they'll cautiously throw a few units out there, maybe 500,000, see how they sell. I have a feeling that whatever their initial run is going to sell quick. But do I feel like... I still feel like it's going to be one of those things. It'll probably sell 1 or 2 million units. If the Nintendo Switch ends up selling 70 to 100 million, it depends on how well they keep evolving this and how many new things they come up with and new games, and if people will still keep sinking money into it. I have a feeling when people play this for the first time, you're not going to get a lot of repeat customers. So you sell your initial 1 or 2 million units, those people that bought that probably aren't going to buy another one. They'll probably learn their lesson from the first one they bought and say, not worth the investment on buying another. But like I said, I think it's a $20 game with $2 worth of material, another $8 in marketing per unit. You're looking at a $30 investment on a $70 item, and even if you have to share half of that revenue with the retailers, you're looking at each making on a $30 item. It's $40 that's left in profit, which means let's say you split a 50-50 with the retailer, and Nintendo stands to make $20 per unit. So if Nintendo makes about $20 per unit, and they sell 2 million units, they stand to make a lot of money. They stand to make probably about $40 million. Don't quote me on that math. That might be way off. But if you figure they make $20 on 2 million units, yeah, you're probably talking about $40 million. That's not a bad return on investment. So like I said, I think Nintendo will be successful with this as long as they keep the unit count down. I think that as long as they release small amounts of units, I don't think they're gonna do. I have a feeling this thing might almost be a Virtual Boy process. It's gonna sell some initial units, but ultimately, as long as Nintendo keeps the unit count down on how many they make of this, they can sell them out as long as they don't get stupid, which lately they haven't been. So if they make 5 million units, they're probably gonna it's not gonna be successful. If they make only a couple million units, I think they'll sell them out, sell through them, and they'll make good money doing it. Now, will I buy one of these things? No, not in a million years. I'm not even that big of a fan of the Switch that I own. So I can't imagine spending $70 on cardboard and shovelware. Should have titled that video this, Cardboard and Shovelware. Shovelware and cardboard. Nintendo, congratulations, you're going to make millions. But I think it's I think it's going to be a crap item. I think it's not going to be worth. I think it's going to be one of those things that people play with for a few minutes. There'll be a novelty to it. It's going to be tough to store once you build it. It doesn't look like it's going to disassemble real easy. So it's going to be a big thing to have kind of lugging around in your game room or in your children's room. It'll get destroyed pretty easy because it's cardboard. I don't care how high a quality cardboard you make. It's still cardboard. It's still going to get damaged fairly easy. Water will turn this thing into mush in no time. So if a kid spills his Kool-Aid on it or his juice, it's done. And I don't see parents buying more and more of these things for their kids, especially when they see the state that the original ones will be in. So I think Nintendo, keep the units down, don't make a lot of these, and they should make a good profit on each one because I don't think there's a lot of money in these. So they should make good money coming out of this. Keep the units down. They'll sell about 1 to 2 million units of this thing on a 15 to 20 million user base that they'll have in place of the Nintendo Switch. So I think they'll do pretty good. But I think ultimately the item is not going to be a huge success. It'll have a niche market. And as long as Nintendo looks at it that way, they'll be okay with this. It's not going to be a failure by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not going to be a monster hit. It's not going to be an amiibo. It's not going to be the NES Classic Edition, but it'll do some good unit sales, I think. Nintendo hasn't made a lot of missteps lately with some of the stuff they're creating, and they're always innovating. So maybe I'm completely wrong and this sells 10 million units. I don't see it. But then again, I don't see so good anymore. I'm kind of old. So I'm going to end the video there. I think it'll sell about 1 to 2 million units. Nintendo, bravo. You'll make a little bit more money. That's about it. To the troops, past, present. I seem to be having a lot of trouble with my ending. To the troops, past, present, and future. Thanks for the freedom.